San Diego home prices have gone wild. 3 consecutive months of record prices, lowest inventory in history, world events and inflation all play into 3 months of record consecutive high prices here in San Diego. Let's take a look at what's going on. I'm Woody Henderson, broker for American Dreams Real Estate, and this is the April 2022 San Diego housing update. Let's take a look first at key metrics. We'll talk about home prices, inventory, world events, inflation, and then we'll wrap it up with a summary of what's going on. So key metrics here in San Diego, we hit a new record price in March of 2022. $820,000 was the median home price here in San Diego. That's up 20.4% over the same time last year. Market time is down to 19 days. The number of active listings near an all-time low at 2,295, down 31.4% from the same time last year. Number of new listings up slightly, 3,805, but still down 10% from last year. Month supply just a tick up, 0.7, and the number of sales up slightly to 3,216, but still down 8% from the same time last year. Prices have reached a new record high while inventory remains near all-time low. Let's take a closer look at this. The San Diego median home price over the last 3 years, we can see in March of 2021, we were at $680,000. Here we are in March 2022, $820,000, $139,000 increase in the median sale price in just 12 months. Let's take a closer look at just the last 12 months here in San Diego. We can see that in March of 2022, we reached a new record of $760,000. Then in February, reached a new record, $780,000. And in March, $820,000, a new record. Oh, by the way, I'll share a little secret with you. Looks like we're going to hit another record next month as well. So watch out for my May market update. One of the things that you'll want to notice from prices last year, where we hit the peak was in June and July. And then come August, September, October, we saw prices wavering, kind of going up and down around that 750 price point. But then come the beginning of the year, prices started to shoot up again. Let's take a look at inventory. As I shared with you, inventory is at an all-time low. You can see on the left side of the graph, just a few years ago, typically we'll see inventory in a range of between 10,000 and 15,000. Here we are at just over 2,200, very, very low, less than 20% of what we'd see historically here in San Diego. Let's take another look at inventory over time, and we can see that the number of new listings tend to peak in the summer. We can see May, July of last year. Here we are in March of this year. We can expect that the number of new listings in May and June to come up. And will they peak in May, June, or July? We don't really know quite yet, but we can anticipate that the number of new listings will peak in the summer months, as they have historically here in San Diego. Now let's take a look at world events. According to the National Association of Realtors, what's happening in Europe has very little direct impact on the housing market. However, if you watch the news at all, you're familiar with what people are saying about supply chain and energy prices and gas prices, and those have been dramatically affected by what's going on in the world. So areas like Texas, the oil-producing states, are likely to see some pickup as Russia is exporting less oil, and we're likely to see higher inflation, which is going to affect supply, as well as the demand side of the equation for housing here in the United States. This slide shows just inflation. You know, there's a lot of talk in the news about it. What's really going on? So I went to the source, what are we looking at? Consumer prices are up more than 9% in the last 12 months. And here we go. Inflation is defined as, consecutive increases in the price of goods and services. So what does this mean for the housing market going forward? We're going to have higher mortgage rates, and our buyers will have less purchasing power. So many will continue to rent, and that demand will put increased pressure on rental rates. When we have an inflationary trend, housing prices tend to rise in an inflationary economy. So as you can see from the graph here, when we have an inflationary cycle, housing prices rise with the rate of inflation. Real estate is a time-honored inflation hedge. So something to consider as we continue to see inflation as part of our economic reality. All right, we would be remiss not to talk about mortgage rates, which are going to have an impact on the housing market. Mortgage rates are rising this year. Just last month, the experts were forecasting, yes, we're going to have increases in interest rates, but they were forecasting somewhere around 4% by year end. Well, we've hit that and then some. And as of the date of this production, we're looking at interest rates around 5%. So they've gone up dramatically higher and faster than any of the experts had anticipated. And this will put some damper on demand for housing here in San Diego, as well as across the US. So this statement on mortgage interest rates, it's held true historically, just based on experience. We'll see that mortgage markets will anticipate what's going to happen with the Federal Reserve and what's happening in the world economy, and then adjust accordingly before those actions actually take place. So some of what we may be seeing in the mortgage interest rate raises may be just the lenders anticipating future rate increases. All right, in summary, record high prices, 3 consecutive months here in San Diego. Record low inventory, months and months and months. Mortgage rates are increasing and inflation has been rising. All of these will impact the housing market going forward. So now available are springtime buyer and seller guides. If you're thinking about selling or buying, these are an invaluable resource and help you understand the environment and are just there to help you make good decisions. So until next month, Woody Henderson, broker for American Dreams Real Estate. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. I'd love to be your resource for anything real estate related. So if you have any questions, any concerns, or if there's anything I can do for you, pick up the phone, give me a call. I'm here to be of service. Until next month,